Hi, welcome to Senior Strategies. I'm Amy Decker, and I am Director of Client Services with Senior Helpers.
I am Shane Silver. I am a seniors real estate specialist, and I am a caregiver.
We are so enjoying what we're doing with this program. We love helping the caregivers. We love helping the seniors the best that we can. So their safety and the safety and health of the caregivers really is our main focus.
It really is. And I'm really excited because this month we get to highlight technology. There is so much technology out there to keep our seniors safe and to support our caregivers. So I'm excited for this episode and next episode where you get to hear a little bit more about technology. But today's episode has to do with keeping our seniors safe from scams.
And it's so sad because the seniors really are the number one target for scammers. And I have to say the scammers get more creative every day.
Our seniors are very vulnerable and they're not tech savvy.
They're so creative now on how to get somebody. So for instance, you don't even have to be a senior.
No.
I purchased something on eBay and I couldn't find anyone to talk to get a refund. So I Googled eBay customer service. And I was so excited.
I thought that would be
because I found it. I found the number.
Right.
So I called the number and they answered the phone. Hello, this is customer service. And I said, oh, that's great. Is this eBay? And he said, sure. Yeah, this is eBay. And I said, great. I bought this product. I want a refund.
Right.
They said, wonderful. We're happy to help you. We're going to send a code to your phone. And then you let us know what the code says so that we can get into your phone and get into your bank app to give you the refund. And I said, well, you should already have you should already have my information. I shouldn't.
Right.
And he's like, no, just give me the code. Just look at your phone, give me the code, give me that code that's, and then he started getting adamant. And I was like, it doesn't make sense.
Why do you need to get into
You don't need to get into my phone. You could just get into and the more I hedged, the angrier and irate he got, then he started swearing at me. I hung up and then I thought, I just dodged.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous.
A big bullet.
Because he probably was trying to get something on your phone so that he could get into your bank.
And get everything. Scammers work on your heartstrings. So I received an email at my work email saying, my husband just recently passed. I want to continue with his legacy of love of music. I have a beautiful piano and he wants to donate it to an assisted living or adult daycare. Well, I thought that was the sweetest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, how kind.
I email blasted that to 500 million people.
Of course.
I put it all over my social media.
Yeah, I saw it.
A lot of my friends called for it too, to find out how they could get it. So what the scammer did, because I couldn't figure out what the scam was.
Right.
So they tell you, great, the piano's yours. You just have to pay for the shipping. And so some were like, that's fine, I'll pay for the shipping. Some of them were buildings that could afford to pay for the shipping. Others were personal people that they just wanted it for their home.
Right.
And if they said, oh, I can't afford it, then they were like, all right, that's fine, we'll pay half. So give me your bank information, we'll get half the shipping, and then we'll pay the other half and send it. And it was a scam because people were getting nowhere. And then as you looked at it, the phone number was odd, the email address was odd. So there's so many things now that you have to look at.
So many, and
you can't trust anybody,
especially today because so many people do a lot of online shopping that you have to be careful because you have to look. How many times have you gotten like a text message that says, we can't deliver your package and it's stuck at some shipping center, right? Please confirm your email or the credit card you used or whatever. You have to look at the phone number. You have to look at the email. If you get an email and they say it's UPS or FedEx, but the email is like XYZ at right? That's not FedEx, right? They're not going to ask you for your bank information.
Right. So, or your Chase account has been closed. Well, I don't have a Chase account. Your PayPal account has been violated or whatever. I don't have a PayPal account.
Right.
So they want but for people that don't think about it, they click on it and go, oh my God, yeah, here's my password. Let's fix that.
Right.
What will be very interesting is to hear about the guest that we have today, again, based on her own experience with her mother that got scammed. Yeah. Almost got scammed before they caught it. Yeah. So stay tuned for our show.
Stay tuned. We'll see you soon.
Welcome to Senior Strategies, Tools for the Caregiver with Amy Decker and Shane Silver. Join us on each show where you're going to enjoy a lively conversation that's going to connect you to the tools and resources that you'll need to coordinate care for the seniors in your life. We are so happy that you joined us. Hi, Gogie. We're so glad that you could join us on our program today to talk about safety in our seniors.
Welcome,
Mhm.
welcome.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
And we know that what you're doing with Answer Sure is really come from your heart because it came from your own experience of caring for your mom and making sure that she was safe. And I think that's when people are the most productive in what they do is because they know exactly what you know what you needed at the time. And that's why you're going to be so helpful.
Tell us about your journey, your caregiving journey, and how this concept and idea came about.
My caregiving journey started, I don't even know when it started. It's been an evolution. Okay.
Yeah, good word.
Yes.
My mom, she's 88 now, still living on her own.
Aw.
We're originally from New York. She lives in Brooklyn. And back, I would say 2019, I received a call from my mom. She's at home, normal. I would speak to her several times a day, really. But this time she was upset, asked her what was going on. Another family member was there, and they told me what happened. She had a ring at her door. She went to answer the door, and there was a gentleman there from quote unquote her bank that was there to pick up her defective bank card. My mom lives on her own. Okay. The family member was in the neighborhood and said to stop by. So this is synchronicity. This is whatever you want to call it. At the very moment that that gentleman's at my mom's door, my family member was coming to visit her and ushered the man away. He came in character. My mom said he wore wingtips and a suit. So the call, of course, put myself and my siblings on high alert to protect our mother. And we went in search of something that could shore up her phone line because we knew that was the access point.
Mm-hmm.
How did you know that that was the access point?
Well, because people aren't just showing up at my mom's door.
Right.
And he had the right bank. So conversations were had. Okay. And it was from her landline phone. We went in search. There are things out there. Still today, there are things out there. I was looking for something that would not allow a call to ring her phone unless that call was vetted. We created a system of vetting that turned into the Answer Sure process.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. So somebody must have called her previously and acted like they were doing some sort of a survey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's your favorite bank? Where do you bank? What do you like about your banking? You know, and then use that information. Mm-hmm. Oh, boy.
And not only that, but I hate to bring this up, but had your family member not been there, yes, this man said, I'm here for your bank card. But what if your family member wasn't there and your mom said no? He could have forced his way in.
Right.
I mean, so thank God nothing else happened, but that could have been a bad situation.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah.
So necessity, that's how Answer Sure came out. It was created to protect my mom.
Right. That's amazing. Tell us exactly how Answer Sure works.
It is a phone vetting process, and the process begins. We have a landline process and plans, and we have a cell phone app. For the landline, our client creates a password. That password is shared with their universe, children, lawyers, doctors, etc. They forward their phone to the Answer Sure call center. All phone calls that come into that phone will now ring at the Answer Sure call center and be vetted. The callers that have the password that the client chooses, the call is released and then sent to ring on the client's telephone. Now, I must preface, in order for that to happen, a secondary phone line needs to be acquired because you cannot forward a line and receive a call on the forwarded line. I have found the clients that I have do not see that as a heavy lift because sadly they've been injured. Mm-hmm. They have lost some considerable amounts of money. Mm-hmm. So they see it as we're just getting in front of it because we know it's going to come back.
Right.
Do you often have them change the password? Because in time, you know, you can give them to your friends, but that person might not be your friend anymore, or this person may have passed that password on to.
That exactly. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I'm not going to say it's a die-hard time frame. However, the client that we've had, which was my mom, was my first client. We've
Aw.
we've changed her password twice, and she had this on her phone back in late, I should say, late 2019.
Okay.
She was our research and development person.
Nice.
Had it
Cute
very
tester.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no better way to test than to be with somebody that truly needs it, and then you could find out
Right.
exactly what her needs were.
What's
absolutely.
working and not working.
I gotta tell you, we found out more than that. We found out the frequency of these calls.
Well, let's talk about what happens. So someone calls and it comes to your call center, and what happens if they don't have the password?
With the representative plan, a message can be taken. With the representative plan, a human being is picking up and they are asking the caller, to whom would they like to speak? They give the name, absolutely. Do you have that person's password? If they don't, they will be asked, would you like to leave a message?
Good.
And those messages are sent to the client, the recipient of the service.
So
And
they can choose to call them back or not. Mhm.
exactly. And the client chooses a designee as well, because it's better two people receiving these messages than just one.
Right.
So they both receive the message of the caller, and they can decide if this is someone that, truly should have this password.
If they want to call back.
Right, right.
Okay.
That's incredible. So what other levels do you have?
Yeah, you mentioned the representative
Yeah,
plan.
so what
What's
other
the other
levels?
option?
Yeah.
There's this is for landlines. There's also the numeric plan, which the caller must have the 5-digit numeric code. Again, the client chooses. That one you don't have a human being picking up. It's an automated voice that
Right.
will ask you to please input the code for the person you're calling. And if they have it, the call's released, it rings the person's phone. If they don't, then the automated message will say, I'm sorry, we cannot put your call through. Please try again later. And the call is disconnected. I can say that the representative plan is our most popular, and it offers the most utility with the human being picking up the phone.
Right.
We have a client who has the representative plan on her cell phone.
Mm.
She decided that she does not want anyone calling her that doesn't know her. And I preface that because I never thought of that segmentation of the
Right.
plans.
Right.
But it does work on her cell phone.
Oh,
Well, I can understand that because especially in today, even though there's that do not call list, how many, spam calls do you get a day? I can understand
oh,
that.
I get so many calls a day.
Right.
Scam likely, scam
Right.
likely, scam likely, multiple times a day.
Yeah, so I can understand that. So how does the cell phone plan work?
Yes, the app works. It's like many apps out there today. We offer some unique features, but we use a dynamic list of known scam, robo, and spam phone numbers. Those numbers, and they're in the millions. I'm told hundreds of millions.
Wow.
That's what I'm told. Numbers are infinite.
Mhm.
So those phone numbers will not ring your phone. So you say, this you scam likely, spam likely, your phone still rings.
Mm-hmm.
This phone will not ring. Now I can't sit here and say you'll never get a breakthrough call. Numbers are infinite. The way these calls are coming in, bouncing off 2, 3 different countries before it rings your phone, looking like it's your neighbor's number. But what we ask our clients to do, and they've been very, very gracious in doing it, is sending us any breakthrough call numbers. We add it to the list, and then that list universally make sure that that number does not ring any of our clients' phones. That's
Now,
how.
what background do you have? Is this like your full-time gig, or do you have other things that you do like, how did you get into this? Is this your background?
My background is fundraising, believe it or not.
Oh,
Okay.
I was a fundraiser in New York City for 30 years, both political and not-for-profit.
uh-huh.
And in 2020, I was working at a graduate school of journalism in the development office. And after 8 years there, the big reset, the great reset, they call it, it was my reset. This had happened to my mom. I was working on this for a while. And I decided, and I'm very fortunate and very grateful that I wanted to take some time to reassess. So I left that position, blessed. It's a blessing. I took some time off, and it was my husband that said, you know what, I think you should run with this. I think Answer Sure could do some good. You're not the only person that's looking to safeguard someone you love.
Mhm.
And it would be good to give it give it a chance, take the leap. And I'm very thankful for that. Sometimes I'm not, but I'm very thankful for that. And so that's my background. I don't have any cybersecurity. I'm not a technological wizard by any means,
Mhm.
but I'm fortunate that I know a few. So they were very helpful.
Good. That's
I
wonderful.
love, I love hearing these stories we hear so much, especially with caregivers, that you turn something that
Mhm.
was negative into such a positive
Mhm.
and said, okay, if we're dealing with this and we had this experience, there has to be other people out there that are dealing with the same thing, and how can we stop it? And I
Yeah.
love that. I
You
love
get
that.
panicked on your journey and can be so frustrating and disappointing. And then you realize a couple years later, wow, I used that experience that scared me, that could have gone terrible, to protect so many other people's lives.
Mhm.
It's been a journey. That's the great word that you both used. It's been
Mhm.
a journey. I've learned so much about this whole process.
Sure. And it's
Very
probably a growing process too with your system. So like you say, as soon as you find out that there's other breakthrough numbers, there
right.
might be other features of other phone products that you can even offer now,
Right.
knowing what's the most beneficial.
exactly.
I would like an app that stops every single store I've ever purchased anything on
right.
from texting me.
Right.
It used to be emails, 100 emails a day
Right.
from whatever store you bought something on.
I know.
Now they're in my text messages.
Right. I think you can opt out and say stop.
I do.
And I still do.
This is horrible. I have an 11-year-old and I will pay her to go through my junk email and unsubscribe to all those emails that are junk.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. So I understand people who want to put this on their phone just to keep some of those
Call.
scam calls
Mhm.
out and the spam. I get it. I think this is a wonderful, and it seems it's easy. We talk about, especially for our seniors, they're not tech savvy.
Right.
They don't have to use the app. They can get the landline service,
Mhm.
right? All they have to do is have two landlines in essence, right? Two different landlines. I think it's such a simple,
way to be safe.
yeah.
So if somebody wanted to look at your products or look at what you have to offer, what is your contact information so they can either call you or get on your website or email?
Sure. I always say to start at the website. It's www.answersure.com.
Good.
Also, I have an email and it comes to me. It's contact@answersure.com as well.
Great.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And can you give us an idea of what the service costs?
For the representative plan, it's $49.95 a month. For the numeric, it's $35.95 a month. And for the app, it's $4.99 a month.
Wow.
None of those are astronomical. I mean, you can get the representative plan, $50 a month. That's
And for the safety
well-spent money.
features, the money that you're saving, the money that's not gonna get scammed out of
I was
their
gonna say,
life.
the money you could save that someone would be scammed.
Right. People pay 3 times that for security for their homes. People pay 10 times that for security. So they have just a little bit of a cost knowing.
And knowing that no one is getting through to your mom, because we
Mhm.
talk about
Mhm.
seniors are such a vulnerable population. You can, when they scam them, you can pull on their heartstrings, you can hit them, at the bank, there's an issue with the bank, they're very easily manipulated.
And
So
the new
to
thing,
totally just cut that out.
yeah, and now they have one, I think you told me, where they can have a voice that sounds like your grandson.
Yes.
Or your daughter. Grandma, it's me. Billy, is that you? Yeah, it's me and I'm in trouble and I need money. Don't tell
Yep.
mom.
Now with all the AI, that's with all the artificial intelligence. Absolutely. It's scary.
So they're getting more and more creative.
Yes, and we don't know what's coming down the pike.
I know.
Yeah, we don't know what's next.
But we sure appreciate you. We
I
appreciate
love
you
this.
being on our show. Again, if they have any questions on our Facebook page, you can go to seniorstrategies.pb.
Yes. seniorstrategies.pb@gmail.com. You can email us.
Yep.
You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Mhm.
So you can come to us directly if you have any questions for Gogie and AnswerSure, or again, you can visit her website
Mhm.
at www.answershore.com. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here with us today, Gogie. I love this idea. I
Mhm.
love the concept, and thank you for paying it forward for our other seniors.
And using your life experience, yeah, to make it better
For
for everybody
positive.
else.
Thank you
positive.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And to our listeners out there and our viewers out there, please remember, if you have a resource for our caregivers or our seniors that we haven't spoken about yet, or you haven't seen an episode about yet, please reach out to us again on our YouTube, our Facebook, our Instagram. Reach out to us. We love to, connect our seniors and our caregivers with resources that they don't know exist and we might not even know exist.
And you might want to be part of our support group, or you might want a support group within your community that you'd like to talk about. You can also call us at 561-800-6654.
Thank you for joining us on this episode, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today on Senior Strategies. We hope that you found the tools and the strategies that we offered you beneficial for your journey as a caregiver. We want you to leave today feeling empowered and supported.
Please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube for upcoming shows and events. For more information, to schedule a consultation, or to join a support group, please contact us at 561-800-6654.
And remember the strategies
And tools you can use
to make your journey easier.